This is the top of the range on our Powerlock series. Giving implants ear tagging becomes a dream. This chute is for the serious rancher. Cattle flow through this chute very well and are very comfortable. This is the top of the range on our Powerlock series. It comes with an optional electric power pack, an optional gas power pack, or an optional tractor hookup. This chute comes in with a weight of 2,855 pounds. So as we come around to the side of this chute, and as we look at it, this chute is very nice for the producer that does a lot of AI work, producer that does a lot of embryo transplants, the producer that runs a lot of bulls, the producer that does a lot of testing on bulls, the producer that does a lot of branding. We can give you good access to the hips, to the ribs, as well as the shoulder. And with the height of this chute, and with the true width of the chute of 31.5 inches, including the head gate and the tailgate, cattle flow through this chute very well and are very comfortable in doing so. The other thing we have here is a hydraulic swing arm, and this makes it so it doesn't fatigue you. You don't have to put your arms up there if you're running a chute all day long. It makes it very, very comfortable, and it also allows you to work on the left or the right hand side. It also allows you, if you catch an animal, when you release it, you can walk reverse parallel movement if that animal backs up, and that animal will scoot right on ahead. And the other thing that we offer on our head gate doors is a rubber neck cushion. This is a customized extrusion. It's got extrude cuts in here to maximize the cushion effect. And this is to help prevent shoulder bruising and prevent irritation to that scapular area of that animal's neck. Hydraulic chute comes with 40-foot of ground hose, and there's just simple, quick disconnects at the very back of the chute on the outside corner. It can be easily disconnected there if you wish so. So we'll come to the front of this chute here to where our head gate is. And the first thing we have on the front is our hydraulic neck extenders. So these neck extenders have been refined. We've got a way better connection to the doors themselves. And when I extend these neck extenders, they now come out on a very slight 3-degree angle so that it keeps that neck bar nicely tucked in behind that animal's ear. So when I extend this, even when I got a big cow with those long necks, I can bring that head out, I can hold it firmly and safely, and I can beautifully open up that BQA triangle so that the producer can safely and accurately place those shots. Then when I come to the front, giving implants ear tagging becomes a dream. So now when those neck extenders are not in use, they lie flat against the doors. Now this might not seem that significant, but I can assure you that it's a big deal, because what this does is it keeps this door nice and narrow, so it makes for very easy catches and helps to prevent you from banging them animals on the eyes and hurting them. So now, as we come around to the side and look at our squeeze, it opens up to a full 31.5 inches and closes down to under 7.5 inches, so I can pull up the smallest calf and yet I can run through your large herd bulls. So this squeeze is suspended from the top. It runs on Delrin rollers, and it's driven with a torsion bar on the opposite side. So what that allows us to do, it gives us lots of options on the floor, and that starts with the ability to optimize that gap on the bottom so that I have a bit of tolerance for manure, but yet there's no way that an animal can slip its foot underneath. And then on each side or corner of the squeeze frames, we got what we call squeeze Cs. And this is what stabilizes that squeeze from any movement like this. So then we got the head gate and the tailgate. They're both built the same. No track on the bottom, which makes it very forgiving for manure buildup. There's no step over for an animal. There's newly designed nylon guide blocks on the bottom to minimize the noise. When you come up top, these head gates run on Delrin rollers, which are virtually indestructible. They're very low friction. They don't rust. They don't seize up. The bolt in them is made in such a way that there's no rotation on threads. So the squeeze has emergency exit both sides that open up the full way like that, and they're slammed to shut. And they're latched at the very top and the very bottom so that there's no twisting on that squeeze. Then we come to our access doors. The configuration you see here is the way it comes from the factory, so that you got a 6-inch window for neck injection right here. And these doors are exceptionally easy to open up, so you can even have a needle in one hand. You can swing this door open and you can open up this whole area if you wish. And these doors are removable and they're also configurable. So below that we have 2 rows of rump fingers. The rump bar is stored in this pocket back here so that you can even use it on a little calf if you want. And when it comes to calves, we offer the calf restrainer kit. So if you got a smaller calf in there and you feel frustrated that you don't have enough access to the side of that calf, you can open up this and you can set your calf restrainer bar so that it comes in when you squeeze just in front of its hip to give it a secure hold, and you got nice access to the side of that calf. So below that, we have split doors. They both swing open. This is a nice feature when you're testing bulls. And with the linchpin, you take it out and they're also easily removable. And every latch in the chute is slammed to shut. From behind here, we have our vet door. It's an integral part of the chute, as you'll see. It moves with the chute. There's no fore and aft movement on this squeeze, which just simply means that the squeeze goes straight in and straight out. So the door's wide enough. You can see that I can comfortably step in. It's nice and open. It doesn't feel claustrophobic. I can see nothing but sky above my head. And I got lots of room to work behind the animal because of the length of the chute, even if it's a big cow. And all our latches, like I said before, are all just slammed shut. So behind the vet door, as we move in our squeeze, you can see the canvas blinds there. That's to prevent a small animal from seeing any light, to give him the urge or the temptation to stick out his head. Yet they're very soft and very durable, so if I'm walking by here, there's nothing that's going to bruise or bump on my shoulder. And then behind that, we just have our split doors at the back. Like I said, they're built the same as the front. And then we have our panel connection points, the same connection system that we've used for many years. So now we come inside the chute and we come to our floor. And this is something that we're quite proud of as a company. We've completely re-engineered this floor. This is what we call our infinity floor, and that's because the rubber covers the rails of the chute from edge to edge. So an animal has a minimal amount of steel to step on, and we've extended the pans past the frame, and so that allowed us to expose the fasteners. So not only gave us a very firm connection to hold down the mat, it gave us easy access to those fasteners for in the factory or in the field if you ever had to replace anything. So inside the chute here, we have our rubber floor. I'm standing on our infinity rubber floor. There's been a tremendous amount of attention to detail put into the design of this mat, from the processing, which gives us the confidence to give you a lifetime warranty on this mat, to the thickness of the mat, to the traction pattern on this mat, to the hardness of this mat. Because you don't want a mat too hard that it becomes too slippery, too soft that it wears out too soon. So the traction here, we have traction bars 12-inch on center, and in between here we have a traction pattern such that when you squeeze an animal up, it still allows that animal's hoof to move. And that's very important that you allow for that, because if you got lugs that allow an animal's hoof to get bound up when you're squeezing it, you're going to start causing some lameness. So as I walk through the chute, you can see that we have a sternum bar in this chute. This is an option, but it comes sternum bar ready. Now as I come through to the front of the chute, you'll see where a hitch mounts in there. The chute is wheel kit ready. It uses the same wheel kit as our major chute, and there's videos online to show how to assemble it and how to chute and get it transport ready. It's scale mount ready. The scale mount brackets are all welded on and ready to go. So that concludes our walkthrough on our 1080 hydraulic chute. The engineering team has put a lot of time and effort into this chute to get this chute wide enough, big enough, tall enough, long enough. There's a lot of cows out there, such as donor cows, are getting a lot bigger. So we took a lot of time and care to make sure that you had lots of room to run them animals through. And the bigger that is, the more comfortable they feel, the better the flow is. So, like I say, this chute is for the serious rancher. It's for the cow-calf person, and it gives you a lot of options for a lot of different procedures on your ranch.